Let's head into the papers now, see what the headlines are. Certainly, it's Independence Day, and all the papers are talking about independence from different perspectives, from different people. I have in the studio journalist Charles Ideho and public affairs analyst, chartered accountant Sheson Kwade. Good morning, gentlemen, and happy independence.
Same to you.
Someone say Merry Independence.
You're wearing green.
Oh, yeah, of course. I am very patriotic.
But I was going to say, but is this Nigerian green? I don't know.
The Nigerian green is green.
But this is not.
This is green. Is it green? Is it green?
This is dark green.
This is green.
Okay.
Is it green or not?
Have it.
So long as there's a shade of green.
Right.
Green is green. It wasn't the question of whether it was a sky green or it was an OG green or army green. Green is green.
Okay,
exactly. Let's start from Daily Trust this morning. Daily Trust is where we start from. Let's join hands to defend, protect our nation. President Buhari is saying that, and that's a strong message to Nigerians. All right, that's part of it on Trust, Daily Trust. Blueprint is next now, and he says, Buhari to Nigerians on 59th Independence Anniversary. Let's unite to attain our goals. Harps on good governance, culture, and tasks states on fiscal transparency. We shouldn't despair despite challenges. Former President Jonathan is saying that, and shun divisive tendencies. The APC is saying this, and Trump writes, Buhari congratulates Nigeria. All right, we certainly will be getting more messages from world leaders to Nigeria congratulating the country on its 59th independence. News Direct is where we go next now. News Direct says Nigeria at 59. Buhari orders release of 600 billion naira for capital projects. That's on News Direct. And assures on passage of PIB, warns against cyber stalking, and confirms removal of 500 billion naira social investment program from the VP's office. Says external reserves recorded 84.7% rise in 4 years. Okay, from the News Direct, let's go to Daily Times. Daily Times is focusing on Nigeria at 59. APC, Atiku, PDP bicker on State of Union. We're better together, APC insists, commends Buhari's efforts at national development. Don't surrender to despondency, PDP urges Nigerians, as Atiku says, all is not well with Nigeria. Okay, that's what you see on the Daily Times now. Let's move now to the Vanguard newspaper. And Vanguard says Nigeria needs leaders with integrity. Eminent Nigerians are saying this. Eminent Nigerians from different parts of the country putting their words together. And that's on the Vanguard. We're better off united. APC saying this, and PDP laments divisions, urges hope. Nigeria will still be great. Senate is saying this. We must restructure, says Clark. Okay, certainly different opinions from different people and comments as well. Daily Sun is our last paper for this morning for this time now. Nigeria at 59. Buhari talks tough. Vows not to tolerate speeches that threaten national unity. Jonathan, Lawan, Kalu, others set agenda. And Atiku, Izuogu, Khan, PDP say Nigeria at lowest ebb. Okay, you see all that on the front page of the Daily Sun. Okay. Gentlemen, it's all about the independence today. All the papers are talking independence. A lot of there are cliches that we're getting used to now. Do we have something to celebrate? Are we celebrating or we're commemorating? I wonder which we take out of this. Sheson, let me start with you on this.
Well, I would say we are commemorating.
Why is that? Why is that?
Because if you consider the state we are currently, an average Nigerian, what he earns per day cannot take it home. So what is there to celebrate? The basic thing every man needs to make survival, infrastructures, are not pretty there. You have people who struggle to go to school for 4 years, come out having nothing to do, either employed or even doing something for themselves. Our power sector that can give boosts to our economy is not there. So let's just 59 has come, congratulate ourselves that you are alive. I was listening to majority of the governors this morning, and all we have to say is let's pray. So we are turning it to religious and doing Thanksgiving service. So nothing really to celebrate because average Nigerians are not happy. Okay. People's rights are infringed upon and there. So we are commemorating and just allowing the 59 to come, and we're just moving on.
Someone else will talk about, how about all the wonderful things happening? But Charles, let me come to you on this. The point there is 59 years. What are those ideals that we could really have attained at 59?
Well, we could have been the indeed champion in Africa in terms of development, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of leadership for us to hold the torch for the whole Africa. But we appear to be missing at those fronts. Because when you say a country is 59 years old in nationhood, the question is, what have we done in these 59 years, okay? But a lot of people are saying, okay, the independence we had was just anthem and flag independence. What we had was just anthem and flag independence. We're not totally independent because we're still having a recourse to the foreign powers. We're still having a recourse to America. We're still having a recourse to even China and all that for us to be able to live. And that's not what is truly independent. When you're truly independent, you can be self-reliant. But all we have is anthem and flag independence.
But the point there is, others will argue that when we are very quick to compare Nigeria with Britain, compare Nigeria with the United States, Canada, China, Russia, and all the developed countries of the world, they all went through their different times of what people may call low ebb and all of that. We are trying to still find ourselves because now that we are independent, we're trying to get ourselves and come to terms with the reality of how we want to govern ourselves independently. And certainly these are the teething problems that we are bound to come across on our journey to development.
How long are we going to have teething issue? 59. If it's a man born out of a woman, at 59, still having teething issue when it's near to grave.
What if we take out the years of military? Because we didn't learn anything governance in the years of the military era.
See, when you grow, you don't take out anything that makes your life. Right. It's all encompassing. Whether it's military, whether it's democracy, as far as you are concerned, it's just like saying your parent didn't send you to school and you start schooling at age 50. That will not make or mar your success. The fact remains that we should come together, do the basic thing that is expected to move this country forward. Right. We are just stagnant. Look, we heard about a country that came to take kernel here, and today they are the largest manufacturer of that. Malaysia. What can we boast of as a country?
How about South Korea in 1976? Their greatest technological advancement was bicycle.
But
today they are bringing in cars.
So,
all right, they have an automobile. We have an automobile now.
We have?
So Nigeria has an automobile.
Where's that
so
located?
Go to Newig.
Oh, okay.
Assembling plant.
Okay. No,
at least we are starting
somewhere.
All right, let's leave it here now. Sheson Kwade, thank you very much for coming on the program. Charles Ideho, thank you very much. Thank you.
Papers have also reflected the Nigeria celebration today at 59, and we'll begin with the Daily Trust. Let's join hands to defend, protect our nation. That's the president speaking on the front page of the Daily Trust. And to the front page of the blueprint, Buhari to Nigerians on 59th independence anniversary. Let's unite to attain our goals. Harp on good governance culture, tasks state on fiscal transparency. We shouldn't despair despite challenges. Jonathan, former president, speaking there. Shun divisive tendencies, APC. Trump writes, Buhari congratulates Nigeria. And on the front page of News Direct, Nigeria at 59. Buhari orders release of 600 billion naira for capital projects. Assures on passage of PIB. Once again, cyber stalking. Confirms removal of 500 billion naira social investment program from VP's office. Says external reserves record 84.7% rise in 4 years. And on the front page of the Daily Times, Nigeria at 59, APC, Atiku, PDP bicker on State of Union. We are better together, APC insists, commends Buhari's effort at national development. Don't surrender to despondency, PDP urges Nigerians. As Atiku says, all is not well with Nigeria. Well, on the front page of the Vanguard, Nigeria needs leaders with integrity, eminent Nigerians. We are better off united, APC, PDP laments divisions, urges hope. Nigeria will still be great, Senate, we must restructure, says Clark. And finally, on the front page of the Daily Sun, Nigeria at 59, Buhari talks tough, vows not to tolerate speeches that threaten national unity. Jonathan, Lawan, Kalu, others set agenda. Atiku, Izwogu, Khan, PDP say Nigeria at lowest ebb. All right, gentlemen, you listened to the president speak for about 25 minutes, and he hopped on different aspects. He talked about the economy. He talked about the issues of corruption. He talked about security, so many things. But for you, Charles, let me start with you. What was the most striking thing the president said that you really wanted to hear?
Well, first, I think I counted about 53 points. Let me call it 53 paragraphs.
Wow.
Which I feel, for me, well, it's good. He just wanted to touch on every aspect of our nation, but I think it was too lengthy.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Nigerians.
Me. No, that's
me. Is it to please you guys?
Well,
because I remember if his speech was 15 minutes, we'll complain.
No, that has to do. No, that has to do. You see, there's creativity in speech writing. Some of us who have who pick degrees in English language and we are taught about speech writing and so on. You could make use of the work of summary. You could encompass so many things in one paragraph, and you can still pass the message. He doesn't have to tell. He doesn't have to speak for 25 minutes for him to address all the aspects.
Because he needed to explain to you.
No, you asked me a question, and
absolutely.
I'm telling you what I...
Your opinion, yes, I
exactly.
guess.
So that's the way I feel. Maybe because coming from English background, that's why I'm seeing it that way, that he could have still made his point in even fewer points. But having said that, let me give it to him. But as you said, he also he need to satisfy a section of the country or that will say, oh, maybe it was too short. He didn't capture this, didn't capture that. But having said, I think one of the things I actually I want to talk about is where he has identified the fact that we need to unite for us to grow this country, which is correct. But you don't. It's been a sing song for so long. We know that we need to unite because we have so many advantages in that unity. We have the market to help us when we talk about the economy. Because what is helping China today is that side. What's happening in America? What's happening in America is that side. So when we also have there's might inside. There's might inside. But the question is, what about the lopsidedness in so many things? When you talk
Federal
about
character.
If you talk about even the appointment to federal ministries, it's not capturing the federal character. I mean, we have been talking about even his own kitchen cabinet. So what we need to do is that let's look at maybe this is the time I personally would want to subscribe to the issue of restructuring. I have never bought into that narrative.
Yeah, because people see restructuring
yeah, but I think
in different ways.
Do you know why I'm saying so? We've come to a point where all the regions that make up Nigeria, whether it's 36-state structure, whether it's the 6 geopolitical structure, I think we need to begin to allow each to breathe. What I mean, breathe that. So let's cut our apron strings from the center. Okay, we have the common center, but let this individual, the components, they begin to breathe. Breathing means that let them begin to develop in their own way. Because all these things you are lumping us together, the cultures are different, the thinking is different, everything about it is different. So we need to have, we need to try that and see, then it can now engender very robust competition amongst us.
Really, Sheson? We knew this before we clamored for independence in 1960.
But even after the independence, if you observe, there was a time that the regions were actually empowered.
That's right.
That was a period when the likes of Awolowo were able to develop the Cocoa House, developed NTA, the Eastern region were able to. So we still need to empower the region and decentralize the central power
but what happened
of which we have. It was when we now concentrated on the central that created a problem for the region. And that's why we're having the problem we have today.
We
need to revert back. That's why everybody is clamoring for state policing. Those days, your region, you look for a way to develop your region. And it becomes a competition. It's like you are traveling to a state. You are moving from the east to the west. And you can go back and say, look at when Fashola was governor of Lagos State. People make Lagos a place where other states will learn from. Exactly. So you need to develop that region and make it a competition. But if from there, if I need to go with what the president have said, brilliant presentation. Nigeria has the best presentation in the world. Our problem is implementation. And my own side is this our local content. You see, if you see all those other countries that have developed, they gave ample time for their local development. Look at Malaysia coming in to take palm kernel years back. Look at Singapore coming here to, and they gave room for their local content to thrive. Average Nigerians
Perhaps
will
that's
believe.
what the government is trying to do by shutting the borders.
Brilliant idea. But it's not about the government now, it's about we the people. An average Nigerian does not believe in himself. If you bring an Aba-made shoe and an imported shoe, the Aba is cheaper and the imported is expensive. Average Nigerian wants to wear Italian shoe, and you know what some of our guys are doing? They just go, make the Aba shoe and put made in Italy.
Branded there.
And you'll be buying Italy at those expensive things. We need to believe in ourselves. Whatever, even if they don't do it right at the first time, because you are not going to buy it at the price, give. See, India, today they send Tata buses to us here, Tata vehicle. But they started with bicycle, built the first car, gave room. We are saying let's patronize Innocent and all other people. We must give room for those things when they make mistakes. After, there is room for improvement. I don't want to sell brands here. There is a particular phone that they brought into the country as at the first time that they were creating it, that they say it's made by Nigeria. The noise will take all over the studio. But these days, they've improved. So if you don't do that, there is no how you are going to grow your economy. All you will depend on is to import, toothpick, import, matches, import, even your shoe, import. Very soon you start importing people. That will come and manage those things for you.
But let me quickly add just one point to buttress. What he said something about this region. I was told, maybe I wasn't born then, that during regions, if you were living on the island, maybe Isaleko, okay, and maybe they were pursuing you here. You were pursuing here in this western region. Once you cross Fajeyi over to the other side, even the tax people will wait and be putting at you, because that's why you have crossed over to another region. As at that time, you had this robust complementary competition. So what you found in order that you come
look
and
at
you
exploring that aspect.
Exactly.
All right,
exactly.
Moving forward. Thank you so much, Charles Ideho Sheson. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
On TVC Breakfast.